I'm doing great things. Shout my partner up, I'm glad he on the same thing. Bills is going up, but I know how to maintain. Had to cut them off, but I ain't got to say name. Nah, hey, plans of being the boss and I ain't gang bang. Some of my brothers did, but we be on the same thing. Solid sense of kid, respect is just the main thing. If I said it, I'm gon' do it. I ain't changed. Hey, I'm from the west side.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the I Am Courtney Chandler podcast, where we discover ourselves, we embrace it, and we unlock the potential within. Of course, I am your host, Courtney Chandler. Thank you all for joining me, whatever day, month, year, whenever you're taking a listen or watching this podcast. I appreciate you. And of course, I got to do the plug before I get into the meat of the show. Make sure you follow. You see the ticker down below. I Am Courtney Chandler podcast on Facebook and on Instagram. That's I Am Courtney Chandler podcast. I'm so happy to be back with you all this week. We have a lot that's going on, and we have a very special guest with us. But before we do that, you know how we start the show. We started off with shine a light, and we shine a light on a person or something that's happened incredible in the world, or people that are doing incredible things in the world and making a positive change in our world. And this week, I just had to shout out our sister, our girl, our friend, Miss Sarah Jake Roberts. Right here. Y'all see her on the screen. It's coming up right now. If you watching on YouTube, we gotta show her some love. She is now, the torch has been passed on to her. From now, Woman Thou Art Loose Conference will now be Woman Evolved. Bishop T.D. Jakes, which is her father, passed the torch on to her this past weekend at the final Woman Thou Art Loose Conference there in Dallas. And she will now take on the charge of leading women and now helping them to evolve. And I love this because the main reason I love this is because a lot of times we see conferences and we see things after a certain time they fall off and they have to take an exit. We see them die, but instead we are seeing a conference evolve and continue. Hence the name Woman Evolve. So we got to show some love to our sister, the one and only Pastor Sarah Jake Roberts. You gotta show her some love. Let me hit that. Congrats. There you see it right there. And we are definitely keeping you in our prayers here on the I Am Courtney Chandler podcast. You and your team as you lead now Woman Evolve for the future. But congrats to you, Sarah Jake Roberts, on now taking the torch and now leading Woman Evolve. All right. So, hey, let's get into why everybody's here, why you're listening, why you're watching. Matter of fact, before I do this, make sure that you follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, and also watch on YouTube. I Am Courtney Chandler podcast. I know I was supposed to do that at the beginning. I'm doing it now. Make sure you do those things and check me out on those avenues, on those streaming avenues. Hey, so before I get in, let me just address the elephant in the room. I know everybody's wondering, Courtney, what happened last week? Well, all right. So a lot happened last week. I had to cover election because I'm still a reporter, and I was gonna do an episode, but then guy was like, save that and do your episode that you had planned. Do it this week. Because you want to give people a chance to experience and get a chance to enjoy what you have the excitement about. So instead of me pushing out an episode, I was like, all right, God, I'm gonna save what you told me to do. I'm gonna save this episode because I know it's just something dope. I know that you all gonna be blessed. I know you all going to definitely enjoy what we have in store for you today. And let me go ahead and introduce our guest. Let me just say, I've known this man for a minute. We went to Troy University together, so I have a personal relationship with him. He is also my brother, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. You can't see it. There it is. There it is, right there. There it is, right there. But let me introduce Derek Kennedy, who is known professionally as Sean Freeman. Is an American film and theater actor from Ozark, Dothan, Alabama. He is a Troy University graduate, earning a bachelor's degree in human services and a master's in strategic communications. In 2015, Sean had a brief stint at the New York Conservatory for Dramatic Art. His credits include a variety of union and non-union work, both on screen and on stage. Additionally, Sean has appeared in several notable video productions with artists such as R&B veteran Keith Sweat and Atlantic recording artist uh, Kivo Mooney. I hope I had said that name right. Of course, he is a proud member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, an artist and someone from humble beginnings. His mission is to use his artistry, influence, and experience to enrich the lives of others with recent TV credits such as Tales on BET. Matter of fact, let's pull up this because I want y'all just to see what this brother is doing here. There you see some of his work. There he is right there, Mr. Sean Freeman. Check him out. Check him out. Um, and Bounce TV's new series, Finding Happy. And Sean Freeman is a special talent on the rise. And there it is right there. You see him right down the screen. And you see some of the many works that he has done and that he has upcoming right there. I got one more. I want y'all to see this recent video him in Tails. I didn't want to use the sound because I don't know copyright laws for BET. So just for the sake of that, I didn't include the sound. The sound I thought it would come up, but it's not. I'll let him talk about it a little bit more. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for the first time here on the I Am Courtney Chandler podcast, my friend, my brother, Mr. Derek Kennedy, also known as Sean Freeman. Y'all showing some love, everybody. Everybody showing some love. Yes, sir. Man, Derek, what's going on, man?
All right. First things first, man. Thanks for having me on your show. You're reading this bio, which of course we had to submit to you, but hearing you say it out loud is like it hits different, man. That's really flattering and complimenting, man. Like this, that's what's up. Life is good, bro. What's up?
Man, nothing much, man. Listen, you as busy as I am, or even more busy. I mean, I'm reading this bio, and I'm like, man, where does he get the time to sleep and eat?
Look,
But
I'm
you
eating
are
now.
doing great things. Right, eating out. Listen, I know how that is trying to eat and work, and then you trying to sleep. You trying to find somewhere in between. But man, you are busy. But before we go, I just want to say, man, I'm proud. I am proud of you of all the things that you have accomplished and you're doing out here, man. And I mean, it's just incredible. It's like every time I see you, it's something new you're doing, a new project you're working on. So that's incredible, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I want to insert right here if I can. Someone told me recently that and they may have just been blowing smoke. I don't know, but they were like, you know what? The more famous you get, and I'm not famous for any viewers who are watching or listening, but my star is rising. You know what I mean? Glory to God. And they were like, the more famous you get, the more humble you are. And that's weird. They were like, we thought you would be just like basking in all this attention, but like I seem to be shrinking a little bit. Like it's I don't know. It's a new territory that I'm trying to navigate, man. But thank you for that. Thank you for that, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And listen, I appreciate you for taking out time to come on this show.
Nah.
Like I said, I know you're busy, but I appreciate you for you know taking out time to talk to my listeners and viewers
Yeah.
out here, and we're gonna have some fun.
There
I
you go.
told him, I said, feeling like you at home,
Yeah.
like we in Troy, man. So let me just go back. I told y'all we went to Troy. So me and Derek, I don't. Derek is a little bit older than me. I ain't gonna tell you, he ain't that much older than me.
Oh, I'm older.
He older.
I'm the old kid of the bunch, man.
But Derek, I was a freshman. Derek was like one of the first people like that kind of like welcomed me to Troy and helped me get around Troy. Helped took me to some parties at Troy.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. I ain't NAACP and we Naki tour. I mean, we probably can go on and on about just the many
Man.
organizations we've
Woo.
been in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, the reason why we here, hey, this episode is called "I Am Living My Dream," and of course, man, you are living your dream. You are doing big things. You're acting. You're in commercials. You're on the stage in theater. So we want to, just hear from you today because we have some dreamers that are out there that's watching this, listening. That maybe you're trying to figure out how to get their dream going and how to, go after their dream and do the things that you're doing. So I mean, my first question is, man, what led you to acting? What led you on this journey to acting?
You would think every actor just has that answer right on the tip of their tongue because you ask that every interview you have, man. But it's crazy. I don't know. I would like to say something profound, like, my third grade teacher told me one day after class that I was going to be a star, and I ran with it. But I don't know. At its most simple, I guess, fundamental level, I just always knew that, or I always felt anyway, that I was going to do something grand. And as a kid, maybe that was ego talking. Maybe that was because that life appealed to me because my life was so like my surroundings, my environment was so like humble. But I just always felt led to that type of work, like in the entertainment industry, artistry, and all that type of stuff. It wasn't until college was like the end of college was near that I really figured that acting might be a viable career option if I really wanted to make it happen, man. And so then the rebel in me came out. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be a traditionalist. I kind of want to take a stab at everything I want to do in life. I ain't married yet, got a lot of debt yet. I ain't got nothing holding me down. So let's just go to New York. And I went, man, and like it locked in. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I'm so glad you shared that story because I know a lot of times we always look for those stories of my parent always saw something in me to be a football player or
Yeah.
to be to be on the TV screen. You had a teacher, but you just like you tried something else. Like what, this might actually be my niche. A lot of people don't have that. It's always somebody has told them that they're good at something and they don't find it on their own, and you found it on your own, which is very, very unique, but also a very good thing because that's where the passion comes at. And it kind of leads me to my next question because with every passion that comes, there comes some challenges. So
Yeah.
just being an actor, starting off an actor, you're currently on the rise, man. What's some of the challenges that you faced so far?
Okay. I'm gonna tie it in with the last question. Although I didn't have like this one moment where I decided I was gonna be an actor because of something else, I always was in the arts. Even as a kid, Boys and Girls Club, I was in the singing group, the dancing group, acting group. I even toured a plum one time. Well, sometimes that was a part of like my upbringing as a kid. You know what I mean? And so that whole thing was always there, man. Just to kind of clarify what I meant on the last answer I gave you. But yeah, once I made that decision to act, how long do we have in this podcast, man, to talk about?
We got time.
Talk about
Take your
adversity,
time.
man.
Take your
Like,
time.
we could talk about that all day. Now, that's the only cliche thing I might say because when people talk about struggling artists, that is real for people who are really all the way dedicated to that. So I'll just give you like my three most challenging things, brother, just to be brief. We try not to speak to the negative thoughts in our minds, you know what I mean? Like people around you who may kind of not be as encouraging about your pursuits, but it happens, man. It comes with the territory. So I had to really get over being perceived as someone who's pursuing something that is foolish. A lot of people don't talk about that. They just talk about, oh, I had to get a job at Walmart or something, or they talk about like hearing no's at auditions. I'm like, no, I had to get over, and it took me a long time to be honest with you, getting over the idea that people were going to see me as some bum until I achieved some, particular level of success. That was one of the biggest challenges I had, man. Being a 1 second, hold on 1 second.
Oh, you good? You good? You good?
And there was a plane flying by. I thought it was going to mess up your audio.
Oh,
But
no.
now, like being like a college grad, being a black man from the South who has a little an elevated outlook on life, it really bothered my ego, my pride as a man, to know that I was going to sign up to be a struggling person for umpteen years, and how that was going to make me look to people, and that was huge. That was huge. But besides that, the waiting game, bro. Like, you can book a job today for Ava DuVernay. You can book a job tomorrow for like Steven Spielberg, but it may not come out until like July of next year or like November of next year. So like that has been a huge thing, like to do something. Like, for instance, I just did Tales. We didn't see that clip, but I might drop that on some kind of way for the viewers to see at some point. I did Tales last May. I booked the role May 6, 2021, and it just aired 3 weeks ago on BET. So just imagine doing something so great and you so ready to share it with your supporters and your family, but like they can't see it until some unexpected time in the future. That has been a lot to deal with, And if I had to give you a third, what's been a challenge? I would say missing out on a lot of the stuff with family. Oh, there you go.
We got it. We got it.
There you go. Yeah, check it out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There you go. There you go. We didn't put the sound in there because we didn't want to. I didn't want BT to come after me, but we did give them a courtesy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to keep going. You free to. But yeah, everybody, there's the clip. For you all, and hopefully, this we'll play it again so you all can see it.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you showed that, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, but just like that, like that was a huge thing to come. But no, but really on the personal side, it's just been away from family a lot. When I went to New York, and then even Atlanta, it's up the road from where I'm from, but that was still years away in my mind. So missing out on like nieces' birthdays, brothers' celebration, just significant moments. That was a challenge to kind of have to work through. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, and let me ask you this, because a lot of people probably don't even remember this, don't even think about this, but the pandemic for an actor, how big was that, for you to try to maneuver through that, especially, you're getting gigs and, you're getting your foot in on major networks, and then a pandemic just comes out of nowhere and it's kind of everything. So how crazy was that for you as well?
Hey, man. I really hate to sound like like I'm insensitive to the rest of the world's experience to that, but I gotta be real. The pandemic, let me be careful my words, man. That was one of the best years professionally of my life. I'm gonna put it that way, just to be honest. Like, I was booking a lot. Like, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if people were just turning down roles, so I had more opportunities. But as far as working, it picked up during the pandemic for me.
Wow.
And I didn't see a glitch at all. Now once 2021 came around and everyone really started to pick up on the mandate, like you got to be vaccinated, that kind of shifted things. But 2020, nah, I was fortunate enough to be working and auditioning, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I
don't know how, but I was.
A lot of people don't have that testimony, man. That's a blessing.
I don't know why, but it's
and that is a blessing that you were able to work. And I mean, look where it's brought you now. I mean, you're now, in the door. And
I got an agent, bro. I got an agent during COVID. November 2020, I got an agent.
Man, I got one too. How did that happen, bro? How we get agents through COVID, but we couldn't get one before COVID?
It's crazy, bro. I'm not even gonna trip. I credit it to, number one, God, also some luck. Also, I think my reel and my resume was just tight, but in the most beautiful, unconventional way, like not having to see people in person. Like, all the interactions were virtual. Yeah. And I think that kind of freed up a lot of people's spaces to actually see new talent, because if it were traditional and we had to like submit and go see them, maybe the door would have been too crowded. So I think it was a blessing in that regard, because had I not, I might have had to go to New York to fly to meet the agent, and they may have been, busy. So I think COVID helped out in that regard, because it was virtual.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Man, so I heard you mention the waiting. Just how did you overcome, that challenge and those challenges? Because what you said was so key. A lot of times we, in that, because I've heard this too, you might audition for a role, but you might not hear anything back for a minute. So
Yeah.
how did you, just, I guess, condition yourself, overcome that? Because that, just waiting to hear somebody for months at a time, I can only imagine that can maybe sometimes be frustrating, sometimes be a little bit discouraging. So how did you, manage that?
I'm still figuring that out, to be honest. It's a lot better now because I've like my faith and my confidence in the business and how things go has increased because I'm living it now. 5 years ago, I would have been on eggshells, like, oh, I got an audition, but I didn't book it. When's the next one coming? Whereas now I've worked a little bit, so I kind of understand how it goes. So I'm a lot more at ease about it. But yeah, it's still something I work through. It's I'm not sure if you saw a post about Cuffing Season. That was the lead role I just had on like a Tubi movie. We started that movie in 2019.
Wow.
2019, July 2019. And because it was a micro budget film, so everyone was just working with everybody's schedule. So we might shoot 2 days in May, 2 days in September. Like it was really all over the place. And so just having that understanding that I got my first lead role 3 years ago, and it's just now coming out July. And I'm telling you, I have learned the hard way through the mud, like about having some patience, man. Because it's yeah. I've just learned to accept that it's gonna come when it comes, and let's just be ready for the opportunity when it comes, bro.
Yeah, that was a great way to put it.
Yeah,
it's true. Patience is the virtue.
it's a virtue.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, this to talk about just, and you mentioned this a little bit earlier, but the cost of living your dream, just the sacrifices you have to sometimes make. Because I know a lot of times me and you, I live my dream, go to work, have the opportunity to go to work every day to report. You're living your dream.
Killing it, by the way. Killing it, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Still keep pushing. But it comes with a cost at times, and a lot of people don't know that the cost that comes with that. So, man, what cost this living out that dream, doing gigs, besides family, what costs are you having to take in order to get to where you need to be?
Sacrifices, I mean, that's a part of anybody's game for real. But I know it, it's super true for me. The biggest thing that if I'm understanding you correct, as far as what has it cost or what is it costing, the biggest thing aside from family time, those who are cool with their family, you may not even like your family, so that may not be a hurdle for you. But for those who, they enjoy being around their people, that's one of the biggest sacrifices, unless of course you come from where the work is. If you come from New York or LA or Atlanta, not so much. But if you're from the small town where I'm from, typically you got to move. Beyond that, man, I'm going to say it's sanity. And I know mental health is a huge trending thing right now, but it's not even a trending topic for me. It's like that's real. If you don't mind me dropping somebody's name from Troy, Kristen Fry, AKA.
Yes.
I might tag her in this whenever this comes out.
Yes, absolutely.
Look, I've never shared this story before. I don't think, but I'm about to, and it's good things. But she will tell you firsthand, because no one probably believes me when I say this. It was like 2018. Speaking of cost that we've had to have and my mental health, and I was leaving a table read for a web series. Glory to God, it's called. Well, I'm not gonna say glory to God and say side chick at the same time, but glory to God, I put a role in a web series called Side Chick, and some of that material to get an agent. So that's what I mean by glory to God. But no, I left that place and I went over her to see her and Brittany DeBose in Atlanta, and I didn't recognize it at the time, but my mind was effing off it. She gave me the most peculiar look, and I'll never forget it, bro. She was like, "Yo, what is wrong with you?" She asked me like to my face, flat-footed, in my eyes, like she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm good. What do you mean?" Because I'm thinking like my mask that I put on is working, like my, but she saw right through it, bro. Like I think, and I've never asked her, but I think she could pick up on all the anxiety and the worry and the inconsistent energies and the frequencies, like all that stuff that I was kind of trying to navigate through. I think she could pick up on that. So she would attest that, like, if you're all in and yet you don't have a blueprint like I did, like it weighed on me mentally like crazy. So that was the biggest cost of that, knowing that I was going to be handling some things that was going to throw me off, but being committed to the dream, bro.
Man.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you mentioned that, because mental health, I mean, it's so important, but having people that know, hey, something ain't right.
Yeah. She gave me the oddest look, bro. I was so embarrassed, man. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
She was like, "Are you," like, she looked at me like I was on drugs, bro. Like it was like I think my anxiety was just that extreme at that point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I'm glad. Shout out to Christy. Man, yeah, shout out to her. In fact,
She knows the
tag her
Lord,
in
man.
this.
So she was like,
Yeah.
This ain't the Derek I know from Troy. What's going on, man?"
Thank God for Christy.
Yeah.
God for Christy Fry. I'm gonna tag her in this because you brought this
Yeah.
story. But yeah, man, this last question I have for you. Just what words of encouragement do you have for a person who wants to go after their dreams in this season right now? I see you're doing great things. But what just any words of advice that you have for a person?
I already got you. I already got you. Say less. Disclaimer, this is going to sound super cliche, y'all, but it's coming from my heart. If you have a dream or a goal, I don't care if it's to become a carpenter, a teacher, a politician, whatever, actor, artist, something in the arts. If you have a goal and you believe that is your goal, not something that someone has pressured you into doing, someone has coerced you into believing, someone that you think it just looks beautiful because someone else is glamorizing it. If you feel in your heart that there is something you have inside of you that is going to bring you fulfillment and is going to improve your life and also for the people around you, I say that's enough to build from. You know what I mean? Like, hold on to that, because I don't think you get that just by happenstance. I think that's there for a reason, man. That's like an indication that this is supposed to, a move's supposed to be made about that. So yeah, if you have that, I say, look, the fulfillment is going to be there if you just keep on trying for it. And I'm trying to say it in a nice way, because like my nature say, look, get your head out your ass and do it. Get it done. You know what I mean?
Keep it real. Keep it real.
But straight up, it's like, hey, look, no one said it's gonna be easy, and I know everybody says that, but I'm a living witness to that, man. Like, once you get over that hurdle, and if you remain coachable, remove ego, even though it's gonna be there. Kanye, I'm a little Kanye too. Remove that, and like, yo, I need some help. Yo, I need some guidance. Yo, what book did you read? Yo, let me mirror whatever you got going on and figure out what works best for me. Like, it can be achieved. Like, fulfillment is in that thing. So I say go for it wholeheartedly. Just do it the right way. Do it the right way. Yep.
Man, listen. You just preached to the whole congregation. Listen, we could go. I could have him come to church Sunday and he'll bring a message in. I think we'll have
church. Oh,
listen.
I'm gonna need an offer no. I'm gonna need some gas. I need some gas, man, if I come show up.
I love it. Man, Derek, what projects are you working on, man? I see you
about to give you this drop.
Tales. You got a new show with Be Some Man. Let's tell me the projects you got coming up, man.
Let me give you a drop. All right, well, number one, I play Isaac in 3 episodes of Fine and Happy, which is a new show, executive produced by Cedric the Entertainer, on Bounce TV. B. Simone is the lead actress. Kim Coles, and of course we all know her, but just in case you don't, you're a new audience. She was one of the leads in Living Single. And just a host of other talent, man. My first episode is episode 5, which drops on Homecoming Day, October 15th. So that's gonna be a challenge trying to watch that and get on. But man, I'm blessed to have that role, bro. and then of course Pretty Tony and Tails. World premiere. Let me drop this on your show real quick. I'm gonna show
the exclusive.
November 1st on Peacock TV. Not on YouTube, not on Tubi, on Peacock. Yeah, bro. We going higher, man. I have a male lead role in a new movie, which we shot last October, a year to the date.
Nice.
And it stars Reginae Carter. It stars Lil Zane.
Hey.
Clifton Powell, who we know as Pinky Nigga.
Right.
Yeah. I'm trying to show you this video real quick. Okay. Let's see. I'll just show you this real quick. I doubt you guys can see it, but that is me. That is Reginae Carter in one of the movie. Yeah.
That's what's up.
We in there, man. Like, yeah, it's a done deal. That's her right here on the side. There's Lil Zane beside me. He plays my cousin. Yeah, like, so it's coming out, man. I haven't posted nothing about it. And I'm looking forward to it, man. Giving my supporters a return on their investment, bro, because it's been a long journey. And I'm just happy to like give them some quality material, bro. For real.
And we got the exclusive right here on the I Help Courtney Chandler podcast. I got this on my own show. This man, where you go? All right. I got one question.
What's up?
Or two, actually. So first off, how is it working with Ja Rule? We know him as, the incredible actor. But how is it working with Ja Rule, man?
Bro, that was crazy. I didn't even know. You may not know this. I don't know, but you don't always know who's going to be in a scene or who's cast for a role or a project. When it's like union, official TV, motion picture type of stuff. So I had no clue until the table read, which was virtually. And I'm turning on my computer and I see Irv Gotti welcoming us all. All right, welcome to the so-and-so. All right, we got Sean Freeman. He's playing Pretty Tony. And I'm seeing all the other co-stars or the castmates, whatever. And the person who I know I'm going to be in the scene with, I just know their name is Justice. And then we see the scene, the screen on I think it was, I don't know the streaming thing we use, but anyway, his camera turned on. He's like, yo, can y'all hear me? I'm like, I know fucking well. This ain't Ja Rule. And I'm tripping, but I'm just like, nice to meet you, nice to meet you. But I turned off my camera, bro, and I lost it. I was like, ain't no way my first television role with lines, and I'm finna play opposite Ja Rule, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy. We got the set, and you don't have a lot of rehearsal time. Like, they're already in production, so you just get in there, shake hands. They're like, all right, action, we're gonna run it. And so we acting like best friends. The hug that you saw on screen, it seemed genuine, man. We didn't rehearse none of that. We just had to make that magic on the fly, man. That was an unmatched experience, man.
Yeah, because I saw it and it looked so natural. I was like, him and Ja Rule, like best friend.
You would think we done hung out on the weekend to build chemistry? No.
Yeah.
I met him in person on set that day.
Wow.
That day. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. B. Simone.
Oh, Jesus.
You gotta tell me. I know she's hilarious.
Oh, man. B is, well, my experience. I can't speak for everybody else. My experience is she is a lot more, like most celebrities with like larger than life personalities. She's a lot more, not more. She's a lot less animated in person than she seems. And that's not a bad thing. I love her personality, but I just always knew there was another side and I wanted to meet that too. And she's just as sweet and humble as she can be, man. We're on set together and I'm like, yo, you got something on your eye. She's like, oh, get it off for me. And I'm like, and I was like, oh, let me get that off here. She's like, okay, thank you. You know what I mean? And we're on set. I'm like, yo, we got friends in common. Kira Oliver, KO, from Detroit, shout out. And she's like, yeah, like, that's my realtor. So B. Simone was the person. B. Simone is super cool. And the celebrity her was just life of the party. She was great to work around, man.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought I was like, yo, he working with B. Simone. Like,
B. Simone.
She seemed like she is this cool, like down to earth. So
yeah.
So listen, hey, next time we're gonna have you, her, Ja Rule. We're gonna just have a whole little party here, and
that'll be lit.
Yeah,
that'll be lit.
Yeah, we're gonna all just chop it up and have a good old time, man. So first, thank you again. But for
thank
people
you, man.
absolutely, man, absolutely. people who want to connect with you and follow you, how can they follow you and connect with you?
On Instagram and Facebook, I have the same name. Sean Freeman. That's spelled SEAN. Last name Freeman. On Instagram is Sean Freeman ____. So like line. Follow me. I would love to connect.
Follow him. Check him out. He got two show or two. Well, he got a show and he got a show coming up and he got another one coming up. So y'all make sure y'all check this brother out.
It's
Sean
been hard
Freeman.
work.
Yes. Hardworking man here.
Yeah.
I know him as Derek Kennedy.
Always.
Sean Freeman, my brother, not only from 8x8, but of course my brother from Troy and on and on. So man, thank you again. And hey, this episode is brought to you by Dream, and I ain't even got no definition for it. All I got to say is live yours. Hey, but listen, thank y'all so much again for joining us for another episode of the I Am Courtney Chandler podcast. Remember that you can always follow on social media. I Am Courtney Chandler podcast on Instagram and on Facebook. And you can check out this show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and not StreamYard, but SoundCloud. It's broadcast on StreamYard, but you can check out Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, and also you watching right now on YouTube. Until then, be blessed, be safe, and continue to discover yourself, embrace it, and unlock the potential within. Y'all, we'll talk to y'all soon. See y'all. Thank y'all.
All right. Peace, y'all. Thank you.